Tuesday, where we interview up-and-coming leaders that are having success with the Now Lifestyle system. And we pick their brain, we find out what they're doing, how they're doing it, how you can do it too. It's that simple. So that's what we do every single Tuesday, guys, at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And that's what we do almost every single night of the week is we go live here in the Now Lifestyle conference room. So if you're not catching me on Tuesday nights, you can catch Adam and Ashley, the A-Team, on Monday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Or Wednesday, you can catch Diamonds, Richard and John Weberg. They're a father-son duo, and they are live every single Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. And also, we have Janet Legere, a soon-to-be Diamond, who is live every single Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And also, you have the CEO, Joel, or Joel's assistant, Mike, who are live every single day at noontime. So guys, there's always value, always things that we are trying to provide for you in the Now Lifestyle community to help you guys grow your business, answer your questions, and just do really cool stuff. So that being said, real quick, who is here for the very first time? Let's say this is your first time checking out a Now Lifestyle conference. It's your first time, getting on one of these webinars. It's your first time learning about an online business, whatever it is. If you're first time here, please, please, please let us know so we can, kind of give you props. It's Brenna's first time. Everybody welcome Brenna to the Now Lifestyle conference room. Welcome, Brenna. Good to have you here. Frank's first time. Welcome, guys. Really awesome to have you guys here. Thank you for joining us tonight, and hopefully you guys will learn something. Also, if this is your very first time here, let's say you haven't gotten started yet, you haven't gotten signed up yet, we have something very, very special for you. If you hang around till the end of this webinar, we're going to share with you guys something very, very special that you can use to really get started and help yourself and start winning. So let's see, do we have anybody else? Charles, first time Now Lifestyle. Cool, awesome. Charles, everybody welcome Charles. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being honest and coming out and saying it's your first time. So awesome. Good to have you guys here. You are in a well-oiled machine and around a really cool, awesome group of people. So again, welcome, guys. Good to have you here. So with that being said, let's move forward. Let's get into why we are all here tonight. Plain and simple, we are here to recognize up-and-coming leaders. And our guest tonight, his name is David Dekel. Now, and I hope I said that right, but David is definitely a rising star in Now Lifestyle. He's been in it for a little while, but he has been hitting the leaderboard consistently over the last, I'd probably say 6 to 8, maybe even 12 weeks. I've always seen his name in there. I always see the recognition coming in and that he's making it happen. He is a massive traffic driver. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about what he's doing to not only hit Sapphire, which is over $5,000 in earnings, but he is just about to be recognized, guys, for hitting Emerald, which is $10,000 in commissions. You guys should look forward to that in the next day or two. But this guy is absolutely on fire. He is driving massive amounts of traffic, plugging a lot of people in, getting really great results, and he's done it in a very short window of time. So we're going to pick his brain tonight. We're going to see what makes him tick and how you guys can apply some of that to your business. Now, I want to caution you, okay? You might actually learn something tonight, and you might actually be able to take that and apply it into your Now Lifestyle business if, and only if, you have yourself a notebook, a pen, and some paper, and you guys are ready, as always, every single night when we do these webinars, to take some notes, guys. Remember this, your notes are like your uncashed checks. If you're just on here and you're just being a participator and you're coming through and you're just saying hi to everybody because it's the cool thing to do, then you're not getting the most out of this webinar. Take some notes, learn from what David has to say. He's kicking ass, he's taking names, and he's making 10 grand, dude, $10,000 with an online system. So if he can do it, you guys can do it too. So David, come on up to the mic. Why don't you come say hi and introduce yourself to everybody, and we will get this party started.
What's going on, Daniel?
What's up, buddy? There he is. Look at you styling with the shades on, huh?
Yeah. This is my my online video shades, I guess you can call it.
Nice. What was that song?
How's everybody doing tonight? If everybody can hear me, by the way, and see me, I just want to make sure, because sometimes I have issues with the mic and the camera. If you can just type in 2 in the chat box, that would be great. All
I
right,
got you loud and
perfect.
clear, brother. Yep, there you go. Cool. We can see you in. We
Perfect.
can hear you.
Perfect. Daniel, thank you very much for inviting me, man. I know that this is actually my first time on one of these calls, believe it or not. And I'm actually really glad to be here. So glad to share whatever value I can with you guys and give you guys, some information on what do you need, what can you do to take your business to the next level. And yeah, just whatever I can share, I'm happy to do so.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I mean, that's exactly that's why we're here, is so we can basically pick your brain, find out what's making you tick. Obviously, you, just like me, you started from ground zero with Now Lifestyle, and now you're just about to go Emerald any day now. So, which is really awesome. So, congratulations on all that success, and you've done it
Thank
in
you
a
very much.
relatively short amount of time, which is really really awesome. Somebody, obviously, people that are saying that they can't hear, they probably just need to clear their cache, log out and log back in. So if somebody could type that in, either Teresa or anybody, David, Felice, just type that in the comments to let people know that sometimes that happens. There's always one person. But anyway, so David, again, thank you. Welcome. Welcome. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here.
For sure.
And, congrats on all your success. Congrats on hitting Sapphire very quickly and soon to be Emerald, which is awesome. So tell everybody, a little bit about yourself and what made you get into this whole online marketing thing. What made you look at Now Lifestyle and say, this is what I want to do?
Sure. So I got started back in 2013, and I don't know if I'm going to go into the whole story or anything, but basically I was working a regular corporate job. Like, for everybody that's in the States, if you're familiar with AT&T, that would be the equivalent of AT&T up here in Canada. I'm not going to mention the name, but it's a huge company. I've been with them for about 7 years, up to 2013. And what happened in 2013 was had some personal events that were happening in the end of the year. Like, it was my birthday, my daughter just turned 1, and it was also Christmas. Not that I'm religious or anything, but I wanted to take some time off. And basically I approached my manager's office and I knocked on the door and I said, hey, can I have a word? And asked for some time off. Didn't get it, and that month actually we had to work extra time because we had a huge quota to meet. I mean, I'm sure all of you guys that are, in a corporate world right now or have been in the corporate world before, about quotas and how all that stuff works. And what ended up happening was I worked about 140 to 150% of my regular hours. And in the end of the month, when the guy that brought in the checks came in, gave me my check, I opened it up and it was the exact same amount as every other month. So I actually thought that there was an error on the check. I really thought there was an accounting error. So I call head office and I'm like, hey, I think there's some problem with my check or something. Can you check the hours, whatever? And what they said was, no, there's no error. I mean, you don't work on an hourly basis. You just get one global payment and that's it. Doesn't matter what your hours are. So when I heard that, I was like, the thought in my head was like, I'm just a number. That's all it is. It really, that's all you are in a company. And if you think you're more than that, I really challenge you to start thinking differently, because you can be replaced like this. And that's what I realized. And that was really the moment that I started looking into doing things differently for myself. I wasn't involved in anything online up until that point. And I started looking into different methods, different things that I could do online. And I ended up on places like the Loureiro forum and different places like that, where they have all these different products that you can buy for $5 and $7. And I bought, I think, all of them at the time. And one thing led to another. I got on a phone with who later on became, well, I'm not going to say exactly what the story is, because later on, basically what happened was I got on a phone with a guy. Somebody was actually willing to talk to me, which was cool. Got on a phone with him, and he was showing me at the time, part of his kind of conversation was he was showing me his results, and he was showing me this guy who was about 10 years younger than me logged into his PayPal account live and showed me that he was making $45,000 in a single month. To me, that was like imagine if you look out your window and you see a unicorn flying. You're like, what was that? I didn't just see that. Did I? Like, that was basically my reality back then. I could not believe that that was even possible. So needless to say, I told them no, because I thought it was a scam.
Yep.
And it was just not part of my reality. I was like, there's no way this guy's making more in a single month than I'm making in a year and a half with my job. So one thing led to another after a year of a lot of failure. And I mean, I've tried a whole bunch of things, like, tried SEO and tried, product launches and tried all kinds of things that failed miserably. By the end of the year, I actually ended up getting fired from my job in July of that year, 2013. So things got very, very serious very, very quickly for me. And, as a last resort, I was kind of back on the Loureiro forum trying to look for different things and stuff. And what happened was I ended up on this guy's page again, like the little page that he was making his pitch. And the only thing that was different was he had the same exact page, but over the year that passed by, from the beginning of 2013 till the end of 2013, he had a bunch more testimonials there that were people that were already making like 2,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 7,000 a month, 3,000 a month, like all kinds of numbers. And I was like, not to sound like an arrogant SOB or anything, but I was like, these guys, they don't seem smarter than me or anything. I mean, it's not like they figure out rocket science or anything. So I immediately joined, and within 4 months, I was already clocking in like, close to multiple 5 figures per month. So Now Lifestyle was actually introduced to me by that person, the person who became my mentor later. So I was all ears, because this person has always guided me through, to the right things and helped me basically achieve complete financial freedom. And when I heard about Now Lifestyle, I looked into it, and to me, it just made sense. To me, it was like, first of all, before we even get to the part about the health and everything else, financially, it just makes sense, because they offer a much better deal than all the other autoresponders out there. Like, $50 for 50K, that's insane. Like, other companies would charge you $500 for something like that. And then when I took a look at the other stuff, and I got to know Joel and his history, and just overall, like, I started thinking, okay, how can I, if I'm already getting involved in this, I might as well also take care of my health. And that's been happening too. Actually, I started off when I was just in June, I was 256 pounds. Now I'm 233. So that's been working really well. So that's basically how I got involved. And when I go in on something, I go all in. So I went all in with the system. It just made sense, and the secrets that you get from the Knowledge Lifestyle University are unbelievable. In fact, those are the secrets that I've actually used to drop off all the extra weight. And I still got a long way to go, but that's basically what I'm using. So for anybody that's not involved with the NLS University, you probably want to check that out. So that's my story, how I got to where I am today. And I got involved, I think, when in February or March this year. Yep. And then things really kind of took off over the last couple of months or so.
Awesome, man. I got a couple of comments in there that just said your camera's just a little blurry, and I hear a tiny bit of an echo. So tell you what, let's do this. Both of us, we're going to hit the talk now button. We're going to exit off, and then come back on, and we'll see if that changes anything.
Sure.
Right.
So can everybody hear me and see my screen? Just type in 3 in the chat box.
Yep,
if it's
I got
clear.
You loud and clear. Yep, boom, boom, boom. All right, good.
Yeah,
all right, so
we're good.
You you were introduced to Now Lifestyle. You saw the value in it. You jumped in. You got started, which is awesome. What are some things that you did in the very beginning? Like, let's say, it's day one. You just sign up. What were some things that you started doing to kind of start moving your business forward, to really start taking action?
Well, the first thing is you gotta get to know the product. Like, I don't promote anything unless I know 100% what is it that I'm promoting. So I literally just logged in and went to the Start Here button and started watching the videos. That was the very first thing that I did, because I wanted to know what is in here and how can I get involved and provide value to others. And the way you do that is by mastering the product itself. If you don't know everything about the product, how can you promote it to someone else? Because you're going to get questions. People are going to ask you questions, and they want to know, if they're going to look at you as a leader, you need to not just pretend to be a leader, but actually be a leader and show them that you know what you're talking about.
Perfect. So you started familiarizing yourself with the product. You probably watched some of the videos. I think it's great that you went to the dashboard and you click start here, because that's a logical place to start.
Right.
And sometimes people get confused and go, hey, I don't know what to do. It's like, go to where it says start here. So that's pretty basic. So once you got familiar with the system, how did you start promoting it? What are some things that you did to kind of get it up and off the ground?
So what I do is I'm pretty big on systemizing a lot of the stuff that I do, because I'm a pretty lazy guy when it comes down to doing things. So what I started thinking about is, first of all, who is this for? So I came up with this. It could be for a lot of people, a lot of businesses, but my target market specifically is it's going to sound a little weird, but I market to myself back in 2013. So I think about the guy that was just starting out, confused, not sure what to do next, not sure what are the things that could potentially help him. And I market to that guy, David from 2013, because there's a lot of people out there that are stuck in the same phase. There's too much information online and they're not sure what to do. And the things that helped me was, you need to have an email list. You need to build that email list every single day, every single week. So what a better way to position this, amongst everything else that I'm promoting, than, look, why don't we hook you up with a proper autoresponder system that can, first of all, do all of the follow-up on your behalf, because that's a huge thing. People need, 7 times from the time that they hear about something until they actually make a decision. So the way I explain it to people is, look, you're going to be able to, first of all, it will do the follow-up for you, so you don't have to sit there like a minion and basically send out emails every day to thousands of people, because that's, at some point, it becomes impossible to do that. And the second thing is, it offers more commissions than every other system that I've ever promoted. And I've been promoting other companies as well, up until the time that I've met Now Lifestyle. So it's just a win-win situation. And, it's something that is easy to set up. It's easy to use. There's not too many buttons for somebody to get confused and stuff. So it just works. Yeah,
for sure. In case you guys aren't paying attention, I think David already dropped about 15 different golden nuggets, but some of the key points in there were, having a list, and in order to get a list, you got to be driving traffic. Now, there's many different ways to drive traffic. And I know, we had talked earlier and said, one of the ways that you drive a lot of traffic is with solo ads, correct?
Yeah, solo ads is actually one of my favorite traffic methods. I test a lot of different traffic methods, all kinds of, pay-per-clicks and all kinds of stuff like that. And all of them work to an extent. But for me personally, not to disqualify all the other traffic methods, but what has worked best for me is solo ads, simply because you can completely automate them. Like, as an example, I'm not going to get into any solo training here specifically, but there are marketplaces that you can go to that people will basically sell you visitors, which is basically what a solo ad is. You just have to test a few of them, like several vendors. Once you find the vendors that, and this is a tip that I teach a lot of my kind of high level students and high level members that get involved with me. But let me actually share this with you guys, because I think this will help you. One of the things that I do is, I first test 5 or 6 different solo ad vendors. And what I'm testing for is, I'm not necessarily testing for sales. I mean, if sales come in, that's great, but I'm testing for the responsiveness of the list. When I send out that first email, how many people open? 0, not good. Move on to the next person. Don't buy from that guy again. If it's 20%, 30%, that's great. Then what I do is I lock up a portion of that person's traffic on a weekly deal or on a monthly deal. And basically, I don't have to worry about it anymore. As long as I know traffic is coming in on a weekly or a monthly basis, then I'm good, because I'm building my list. People are getting the emails, the follow-up emails, and that's basically it. I can go out about my day and do other things.
Perfect. I think, and again, guys, for those that are paying attention here, and I really hope you are, because David is providing some very, very, very good content here, and really these are the things that are getting him the results. I mean, he's just about to go emerald, which is $10,000 in earnings from the stuff that he's telling you. So please, I hope you guys are taking notes and hope you're paying attention, because one of the things that he just said was very, very, very important. So he's driving traffic, he's testing different vendors, which obviously is a good thing, but it's not just about the opt-in. It's not just about people, you might get a 30% opt-in rate to your page, you might get a 50%, you might get a 60%, but specifically what he's measuring, and I think this is great, is that you're not measuring the opt-in when people actually supply their email address. You're measuring how many people actually open the emails that go out in the follow-up campaigns, because then you actually get to see, who's engaged and who's not. And if you have a vendor that has a 50% opt-in rate and nobody opens the email, who gives a crap, right? Because the people aren't engaged, or they're all bots or whatever it is. But when you have people that are actively engaged and they're opening the emails, they're reading the content, then you have an engaged list. That is a traffic provider that you would want to go back to and continue to do business with. So very, very good key points, David. I really appreciate that. And I hope people are picking up on this, because these are some really great tips. So yeah, really great strategy so far. You're basically vetting different traffic vendors. You're testing them. You're seeing which ones work, which ones don't, which one you get results with. So take us through kind of like a day-to-day operation. What are some things that you're looking at day-to-day? What are some things that you're doing day-to-day to, again, continue to this up and off the ground? And I heard somebody in here specifically commented on trying to get their business off the ground. So what are some things on the day-to-day that you typically do in order to do that?
Right. Well, one of the key things that I do is to be successful, especially with systems like Now Lifestyle, you have to adopt the mindset of you're now a business owner. Because one of the things that was causing my failure back in 2013, and one of the things that kind of switched in my head, and it's a really simple switch. Like once I explain this, you'll either get it and accept it, or you won't, and it's totally up to you. But think about it this way. A lot of people don't give the business enough time to take off the ground. And what that means is, like, you run a 200 click solo ad, you get 200 visitors to your page, you don't make $1 million, and you're like, this doesn't work, I'm going to try something else. Mm-hmm. That is really the equivalent of you. Think about it this way. If you opened a shoe store in a mall and you advertised a one full page ad in the local newspaper, and maybe a couple of people came in, but you didn't sell all of your stock that weekend, are you going to close the store and go do something else? Like, that's essentially the mindset that a lot of people that come online have. They're not patient. They don't give the business enough time to build up. And it takes a little bit of time, but once that thing moving, it becomes valuable. Like, I went from a list of I actually took a break between 2015 and 2016 with my online business, and I went offline and I created another business also around my marketing skills and everything. But then I realized, and made a bunch of money with it. Everything was great. But then I realized how much I miss the online marketplace, and how much I miss looking at comp plans and looking at, recruiting people and all that kind of stuff and building teams and stuff. So in 2017, October, when I came back, my list was zero. I had no list.
Yep.
Nothing. Nobody was not making anything online. Didn't have a single income stream online. From October 2017, actually towards the end of October 2017, up until now, I've built a list of probably just past the 50,000 subscribers. And that's just to show you that, look, if you stick with it, you can do it too. It's not rocket science what we do here. You already have the lead capture pages, or you can create your own lead capture pages, whatever works for you. Use the Now Lifestyle system, drive some traffic, build up that list. And as long as you're promoting something that's valuable, like Now Lifestyle, something that can help people, you're going to do fine. Don't promote products that, you're going to make some sales, but then people are going to hate you for it because it's not useful. Promote stuff that helps people. Genuinely helps people. And what does help people is building a list. What does help people is having a follow-up series in their business. What does help people is, getting in better shape. Like, I am what I'm more grateful than the results I have with the monetary results with Now Lifestyle is my health. I've gotten from 256 pounds to 233. To me, that's a huge achievement. That's something I've been trying to do for a while now, and I haven't been able to. So that's why I'm so convinced, and so like I basically wouldn't look at anything else, as far as promotion, because this just works. Yep. Even if you go out and promote another autoresponder system, they're not going to give you back-end commissions. They're not going to help you lose weight. They're not going to help you get in a better shape. They don't have that personal touch that you have with us. They're not going to give you Tuesday night calls. They're not going to do any of that, So why would you bother with just promoting some robotic system that doesn't give you even less commissions than what you get here? To me, it just totally made sense. I mean, does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Just drop a Y in the chat if that makes sense to you guys. So, I mean, I think it's pretty straight. Yeah, there you go. Pretty straightforward. But so, I mean, you saw the value in the system. You came on board. You went through the starting steps. You started watching some of the videos. You're driving what obviously is massive amounts of traffic, and for everybody here, myself included, I have a substantial list now. David has a substantial list. We both, when we got started, had 0. But the cool thing is neither one of us quit. When times got tough, if we had a traffic run and we didn't get the results we wanted, we didn't, cash in our chips, call it a day and be like, yo, this doesn't work. The reason why you guys are watching us right now is because we didn't give up. We didn't quit. We kept going. So that's what you guys got to do. You got to make sure that you keep going, keep pushing forward, keep building your list, keep getting more leads, more leads, more leads, more leads. The more leads you get, the more subscribers you get. Plain and simple, if you keep marketing every day, the more money you're going to make. So obviously, David, you're doing the foundational pieces that are getting you some really great results, not only with the financial piece, but with the physical piece as well, because that's 20 plus pounds that you physically don't have to carry around anymore, which is really, really cool. So,
and I'm just getting started with this, it's like, it's just the beginning, I gotta get to like 170. So getting there, not quitting. That's the important part. But yeah, definitely with the priceless tips that Joel gives you inside the Endless University. I mean, how can you not lose weight? It's impossible. It's the stuff in there. Just like, I felt like I don't know anything after I watched those videos. I was like, everything that I've ever learned about weight loss and body composition and all that kind of stuff was basically irrelevant after I watched those videos. And it's stuff that works, and the results show.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, when I last June at the Now Lifestyle corporate office, and I was looking at some videos of then compared to where I'm at now. When I was down there last year, I was close to 230 pounds. Now I'm 193. So definitely lost a significant amount of weight. And it's crazy. I mean, you sleep better, you feel better, your energy's better. Like, there's so many, just getting healthy, it just makes everything better, which is awesome. So back to and that's like, I don't even talk about the health side a lot. Mostly I talk about the business side, because the business, when you create that time freedom, obviously it allows you to explore many other things, which is really, really cool. But now for you, I mean, obviously you've built up a pretty successful, substantial business in a relatively very honest, overnight. I mean, it's obviously several months, but that's what you call sticking with it, staying the course. You didn't want to throw in the towel after 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or 120 days. You kept going, kept building your list, kept driving traffic. Now, I would imagine when you start sponsoring people in, that's obviously got to be a pretty cool process, especially when it happens through automation, driving traffic, having the follow-up emails go out. What are some things that you do on your end to plug people in? Do you have like emails and follow-up, or how do you get them involved?
Yeah, 100%. Again, I look at everything. I'm a single dad, and I have basically a 7-year-old that I like to spend my time with. So everything that I do, I look at it from the perspective of, can I automate this? Can I create something that would work while I'm not there? And the beauty of having an autoresponder system is you can totally automate it. So once you have visitors coming in, once they subscribe to the list, I have like over 60 emails that are going out every single for one day for like 2 months, and that's basically what I do, what I like to do personally. I mean, there's many facets of email marketing and stuff. We're not going to get too much into that, but what I like to do is I just like to share my results. I'm very transparent about it. If I made $80 that day, I share 80. I just made $80. Here's how I did it. If you're interested, click here and go sign up. If I made $700 that day, then I just share that. But whatever it is, you have to understand that even if when I got started, I didn't have any results with the system. So what did I share? Well, you share how you get leads, because that's something that, as when I was first getting started, and most people out there, most civilians, as we call them, they don't know how to get leads. That's like a huge mystery for people. It's like, okay, I get it. I need to get sales, but first sales don't happen before you get the leads. So that's what I started sharing with people first. So like, hey, here's how I'm getting 30, 40 leads in my business every single day. If you're interested, click here. And then people go check it out. I show them how I do it. And then I plug them into the system, doing that. So yeah, the automation is fantastic. The emails that go out, you can automate pretty much anything you want these days, especially when you have a system to do it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, I run my business on, I would say probably 95% automation. And, occasionally I'll get on the phone. Occasionally I'll get on a Zoom or a, jump in the conference room with, either someone who just signed up or somebody that wants to sign up, answer a few personal questions, stuff like that. But for the most part, you can truly, as David was saying, you can truly automate your business and your lifestyle. And I want to go back to on that note right there. I want to go back to something that you said in the very, very beginning. And I bet a lot of people here didn't catch it. And maybe you can even expand on this a little bit, but you said something along the lines of like, if you treat this like a business, you have to set it up. You have to treat it like a business. Obviously, it's going to pay you like a business.
100%.
Like if you treat it like see what happens. But if you truly get organized and you treat it like a business, then it will run and pay you like a business. I think that was, again, one of the biggest nuggets that you dropped in here. So, I'm sure that's obviously how you look at it. And I would imagine you would turn around and teach that to some of your students as well.
Yeah, what I teach my people that join me is, again, you can't control what anyone does, but I tell them basically how I run my business. The way I do it is I have a budget. Really simple. I have a traffic budget, and I use that budget every single week, regardless of the results, because I know that most people, they need some time before they join you in something, before they get to know who you are and stuff. Sure, sometimes you get those people that join you right away as soon as they see your page, and that's great. Those are perfect. But that's not the majority of the business. So every single week I go out and I buy traffic. Basically, some of the stuff, like most of the stuff, is already automated because I already have a bunch of vendors that I'm working with. And again, I come from the industry too, so I kind of know. Again, as somebody that's been in the solo industry, somebody that's used to sell clicks, just like most solar vendors selling clicks right now. Here's one tip that I can give you when you're dealing with solo ad vendors that will make life a whole lot easier. These guys, the most important thing for them is consistency in their business, just like it is for you and for me, for everybody else. So if you offer them some kind of a weekly deal, some kind of a monthly deal, or even if you hint at the fact that you're willing to go on a monthly deal, they'll just bend over backwards for you guys. Like, they'll give you the best pricing. They'll treat you like a VIP. They'll want to work with you because every person has that one, those solo ad vendors get, people that buy from them that never come back. And that really hurts them because then they have to go out and find new customers all over again. So if you're willing to be one of those customers for them that will basically purchase from them every single week, every single month kind of thing, they'll treat you like a family member, basically. And I know that because I've been in the industry, but you can totally use that. You don't need any experience to just say to a solo ad vendor that's getting your results, just be like, look, can we do like a weekly deal or a monthly deal? What kind of pricing can you give me? Can you bump me up with more visitors? Can you get me more, better more US clicks or something, whatever, just whatever extra bonus they can hook you up with, they'll do it. Trust me, they'll do it. Yep. Because they want the business, right? So try to always hint to them that, look, you're here long term, but it needs to be genuine. If you're really not doing this long term, then obviously you don't want to mention that. But if you want to treat this like a business and you want to do this, and treating it like a business simply means that you're not gonna move on to the next thing if you don't like what you see this week. Businesses don't get measured on weekly basis. They get measured on quarterly basis, yearly basis. So give it the time that it needs to start. I mean, right now, I think I hit just over $10,000 in commissions with Now Lifestyle. But the cool part about it is that I don't know exactly how much of that is monthly automated commissions, but that's well over probably $2,000 of that is monthly automated, just money that comes in every month kind of commissions. So do I look at it as, oh, from February till now, I just made 10? Or do I look at it as I just built an asset that's going to pay for my car, my mortgage, my whatever, everything else that I want to, pay for? That's how you look at it. That's how you build a business and not just a one-time income. There's plenty of opportunity out there. Stuff comes and goes. But when I get involved in something, I am all in or I don't touch it. That's just the way I am with different kind of opportunities that I get involved with. And if you start doing that yourself, if you develop a budget, we're talking about simple things here, guys. Yep. We're not talking about you going back to college and getting an MBA or something. Develop a budget, have a weekly budget or a monthly budget for traffic. Look at your results and check out which vendor is getting you good opt-ins, good open rates, and then get traffic from those guys every single week, every single month, and you'll see your list starting to grow. On average, there's a saying online, and Daniel, I'm sure you've heard this. They say that when you have an email list, every subscriber on average is worth about $1 per month.
Yep.
For as far as income. So, and I can verify that to be true, actually. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but my list is 50K and my income is very, very close to that. Actually, it's a little bit over that just in the past 30 days. So guys, it doesn't take too long to do this. I started from 0 in October of last year. So if you're starting today, are you willing to give it enough time and the dedication that it needs to build a list, not of 50,000, but of 5,000, of 10,000, of 15,000? How long is that going to take? Well, it depends on you and your budget and everything else. But if you are consistent at it, you'll get there. And guess what? It's a beautiful thing when you do, because all of a sudden you got this income coming in from literally just sitting out and sending out emails. I still can't believe I'm making that much just from sending emails. It's ridiculous. But that's just to show you, what's possible.
Yeah, your points are spot on, man, and it's awesome. And I really hope people are paying attention. I hope they're listening, and then maybe even applying what you're talking about, because treat it like a business. It will pay you like a business. And with the treating it like a business, setting up a weekly budget to contribute towards your traffic, towards your leads, towards your growing your business. And if you're not doing that, if you're only throwing money at it every so often or once a month, or obviously everybody's got a budget, everybody's got to work within their means for sure, but you just need to find a way. You got to find a way to treat it like a business. And there's some people commenting in here like, what if I don't have money for traffic? Then traffic is either going to be supplied by one of two ways. Okay, you're either going to get traffic with money, or you're going to get traffic with time. Okay, so if you don't have money to go drive traffic, well, then you need to invest in getting free traffic, which we have. If you guys go to the dashboard and you look at, it's either video number 5 or 6. There's ways to learn how to generate free traffic, but it's going to cost you more time. You're going to have to invest your time, because you're going to have to, again, if you treat it like a business, you're going to have to invest your time specifically each day, each week, each month, until you can build up to that point where you can have a little extra money, and then you can turn around and invest that. And I know we didn't mention it tonight, but we have heard this on other broadcasts with up and coming leaders where they've gone ahead and said that what they do is they are investing 100% of their profits back into their business to keep continuing it and growing it and scaling it. So, don't let Now Lifestyle, at least in the beginning, be your only income source. Hopefully you guys have a job or some other things that you can, pay your bills with. And then you can just keep investing and growing it, almost like a 401k or a pension or something like that, and keep growing and scaling your business. And that's how you win in the long term. So
100%.
David, obviously you've had some ups and downs. You've been doing this for a long time. Tell us just a little bit about your why, your passion, your push motivation. What is, when you have a bad solo ad or solo run, when things aren't so good, maybe a few years back, and you wanted to throw in the towel, what are some things that just kept pushing you along, that kept motivating you to just keep going, because you knew that obviously the end result is going to be that time freedom?
Right. Well, for me, it's really simple. When I got fired, July of 2013 from my job, when I did some kind of looking, or I looked at my finances, I was over $40,000 in debt. I had a newborn baby in the house. I had diapers to buy, food to put on the table, all those things to do, and no money to provide any of that. So one thing was very clear in my head was, I am never in my life ever going to work for another job ever again, simply because that company that I worked for, I gave them 8 years of my life, and I was a very dedicated employee. I generally didn't take any time off, always showed up on time, that kind of stuff. So for me, it was 100%, I'm going to make it online. I don't care what it takes. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to make it online. The other motivation that I had, I just wanted to do it online because it didn't make sense for me to go work for another company for another 8 years just to get another pink slip. Does that make sense? Like, to me, it was just like, why would I go through that? I mean, if I knew that that was going to happen after 8 years, I would have probably gone after a business much, much sooner. But anyways, you don't know what you don't know, right? So essentially now I actually wish that I got fired earlier because it would have probably pushed me to start a little bit earlier. But the other thing is the time that I spend with my daughter. We have just this year, we already took a vacation to California for a week. Been there, got to the airport, convertible waiting at the airport, hotel, San Diego, all that stuff. Just a beautiful 7-day vacation. And, that's just where memories are created. Like, this is time that's not going to repeat itself. Did the whole Disneyland, all that kind of stuff. Came back, I sent her with my mom to Mexico, with her mom to Mexico for like basically a week, 10 days actually. They came back, we took another vacation in Montreal. Now we're doing another one in Texas, like in the upcoming event actually, which is in October now. This is the type of freedom that an online business can provide to you. And I always knew that because when I see the pictures of people on the beach with the laptop and the fruity drink, I don't think, oh, and that's another scam like a lot of people out there do. I think, perfect. Thank you for, showing me what's possible. That's what I think about it. That's how I kind of look at that. When I see someone who made 5 times more than me this month, I don't get envy. I get excited because I know, oh wow, now that's possible. That level is possible, and that if he did it or she did it, now that's available for me too to do it. And that's basically, I know that if I dedicate myself, and it's exactly what happened actually, I just took the time, I put the time into it, put the energy, put the effort, and now I have a completely schedule-free life. And what I mean by that is I don't need to be anywhere if I don't want to be there. I don't have to go anywhere if I don't want to go there. I wake up when I'm finished sleeping, not to an alarm clock like most people do, and it's just like, if you can imagine a life of complete freedom for you to be able to buy anything you want, do anything you want, like take any kind of vacation you want, go into a restaurant and don't even look at the prices, just look on whatever you want to order it. That's the kind of lifestyle that an online business can provide to you. I can move anywhere I want. In fact, just over the weekend, we were looking at some houses, brand new builds that are coming up and stuff. And that's the kind of freedom that enables you to, like, as long as you don't lose sight of that goal of what's possible, Because what's the alternative, Daniel? Let me ask you. What? Going back to a job? I mean, is that really the alternative?
Nope.
To me, a job at this point would cost me money. Cost me money. Think about it. For most people, a job is an income source. For me, if I had a job right now, it would actually be costing me money, because a lot of the time that I could build another income stream online would be lost to building somebody else's dream. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. And, just take the time, decide what you want, decide, okay, if you're starting at zero right now, all right, so maybe your goal should be $100 a day. That's a great goal. That was my goal when I first got started. I just wanted to make $100 a day so I don't have to leave the house. It would be exactly the same amount that I would be making with my job. Now, for me, fortunately, I got fired. At the time, it didn't seem very fortunate, but that was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. So sometimes you need that little kick in the butt to kind of move things forward. But if, I don't wish that on anyone. I don't wish anybody here gets fired tomorrow. But if you start treating your business today as of, this is the vehicle that's going to give me everything I want in my life, things will start happening to you, and it can happen fairly quickly. Remember, October, I was at zero. Now, multiple 5 figures per month. So, where do you want to be in several months from now? It hasn't even been a year, actually, exactly in 10 months. So in 10 months, built it up to where it's at right now. So again, very possible. You've proven it, Daniel. A lot of the other leaders have proven it. I've proven it. And there's plenty of other examples out there. So if it doesn't work, it's not the system, it's you. You got to start doing things differently and start taking this seriously. Stop sugarcoating things of, I'm spending the time that I need in my business, and start doing things that actually work. Build your list, get traffic, grow that subscriber list, send out emails, help them get started. That's another thing. When people join you, what do you do to help them? Why should they join you? Mm-hmm. That was a big question that I had when I was first getting started. I was like, how do I differentiate myself from all these other people that are signed up? Because let's face it, I'm not the only now lifestyle, guy that you can sign up with. There's thousands of people at this point. Yeah. So what I do is, there you go. So how do you differentiate yourself? It's simple. There's a million ways you can differentiate yourself. Personally, what I like to do is I like to give my emails, give my best strategies, give my best kind of traffic methods and everything to my guys and gals. So if somebody joins me, they know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not hiding any of that. There's plenty of other opportunities I've joined in the past where your sponsor is nowhere to be found. He doesn't share any information. He doesn't want to talk to you, that kind of stuff. So for me, I don't get on calls with anybody because I just don't. That's my time and I like to spend it the way I want. But as soon as somebody comes into my ecosystem, they know exactly how I'm promoting. They have access to the same exact pages I do, same emails, same traffic sources, same everything. So there's no excuse. I have a guy who actually just joined me about a month and a week ago and already did around over $10,000, just with what I was able to show him and stuff. So pretty cool stuff. Now, I'm not going to take credit for all of that. Of course, a lot of that was him taking action and doing the things that he needed to do. But there's actually 2 guys like that already, over $10,000 in commissions just in the last 30 days. So help the people that are joining you get started. Give them something of value. Get connected with them over text, over phone, over email. Give them show them what's working for you, and they'll love you for it. They'll see you as their leader, and they'll follow you and join you in whatever else you want them to join you at. Yep. The higher levels, maybe NLS University, whatever works.
Awesome, man. So you slipped a little nugget earlier that you're going to be in Texas in October at the national event.
Yeah, I'm actually coming down for a whole week. The event is 3 days or something. So yep. I'm treating it like a vacation for me. For me, whenever I go on a vacation, my business doesn't stop. It continues, with the automation that we have here, with the emails going out and everything. I left for California for a week. I came back with more money than when I left, even after paying for the vacation and everything. So it can happen for you guys too. So definitely coming down for Texas for a full week. Gonna be hanging out with you guys. You guys are welcome to hit me up. I'm not gonna be probably there the whole day because I'm different places around San Antonio and stuff. But when I'm there, guys, hit me up. Any question I can answer for you, I'll be glad to do so.
Awesome. And I think it goes to show that leaders go to events. If you guys, again, are treating your business like a business, then you're going to get to the event. Find a way, somehow, but get your butt to the event so you can be there to shake hands with top leaders like David and everybody else that's getting great results. And yeah, there's going to be the education. There's going to be people, learning. You're going to be able to learn things on stage and everything like that. But the real awesome parts of going to events like this are the networking in the hallway, the before and after, where you can just kind of pick somebody's brain. You can talk to them, you can get to know them as a person. You can see that all these people here, the people that you got, are on the videos that you guys are watching right now, are real everyday people. You can have a beer with them, you can shoot the shit, you can do like whatever you want to do, but like get your butt to the event, find a way, somehow. Winners find a way, guys. So if you really want to take your business to the next level, if you want to treat it like a business, and by the way, it is a tax write-off, you can get your butt to the event and you can learn from me, you can learn from David, and you can learn from everybody else there. Meet, network, mingle, grow, boom. So, dude, we're at this almost an hour, man. We're going to wrap it up, but
all right.
Really, really, really appreciate all the nuggets you dropped, and you dropped a ton, man. I hope if people just picked up like a fraction of the nuggets that you dropped, they would be able to take that and apply that into your business. So before we adjourn, man, any last words for everybody that's watching this now or anybody that watches the replay? What would be, let me ask you this, well, and we can wrap up with this. What would be your advice to someone that hasn't gotten started yet? They're sitting back, they're kind of just waiting for that, whatever it is, the right time, the right whatever. What would be your advice to someone who just hasn't gotten started yet?
Look, the best advice that I can give anyone who is on the fence is this. Look at your life right now. Look at everything that's around you and just ask yourself the question, and you don't even have to answer it out loud. You can just answer it in your head. Are you happy? Are you happy with what you've got? Have you reached your true potential in life? Have you done the things that you want to do with the people who matter to you? And do you have the luxury of actually spending time with only people you want to be spending time with? You and only you know the answer to that. And for me, the answer was heck no back in 2013. I used to go into an office, had to pretend that I care for 8 hours about some silly business that I had absolutely no passion for. And now I am in love with my business. I don't work because I have to. I mean, I could literally close shop right now, not buy a single solo ad, and just, retire for the next several years or even a decade over, the funds that I've accumulated just over the last several months. But I'm never going to do that because I love what I do. So ask yourself, is this something that you could be passionate about or you are passionate about? And if you are, it's never going to seem like work. To me, I love enrolling people in opportunities. I just love doing it because I know how it can impact their life when they send out an email and all of a sudden $250 comes in, or $100, $1,000, or whatever. Today has been probably over a $2,000 day for me, and I haven't even left the house. I picked up my daughter, came back, went back for it, like that kind of stuff, and went to the store, picked up a couple of things, came home, and now I'm doing this call. And that's it. That was my day. I didn't have to do any meetings. I didn't have to do any conference calls, none of that stuff. I mean, this is technically a conference call, but I love doing this stuff. So for me, this is not work. So just ask yourself, are you at the point in your life where you're happy? Only you can answer that. Is your life juicy enough for you to say, I'm good. I don't need this extra stuff. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just good. And if that's the case, then you shouldn't get involved. This is probably not for you. But if you love this stuff, like me, like Daniel, like all the other leaders, this is not work for us, guys. This is fun for us. It's fun for me to see somebody joining my team, and then a week later, I'm helping them grow their downline by 20 people. That's cool because then they get a smile on their face. They know, okay, he's helping me build my business. Now I gotta, also build the other leg, so this way I can start balancing it out and start getting commissions and stuff. And also people are changing their lives with the health and stuff. I mean, to me, I'm just getting started with this. This is just the beginning. I mean, diamond is within reach, in my opinion. So it's not something that's going to take a long time. And probably we're going to be doing another call in a couple of months talking about that level or something like that. So for me, it's not work, guys. It's not work at all. I enjoy this. And if you have the same kind of passion, then just imagine if there was no other opportunities except this one. This is the only one that you were working with, and just study it, learn it, understand it, and talk to people about it and explain, like show them how it can be beneficial for them and help them get started. And that's what's basically going to take you to the next level, in my opinion. All I do every day, I don't sell anything. I just help people understand how this can benefit them. And, they see it for themselves. If it's something that makes sense, then they join me. And I guess that works because I'm probably over 450 members at this point. So yeah, it's been working for me. So that's the advice that I can give other people.
Awesome. Well, I think that was a boatload of advice, and it was rock solid advice. So again, man, I can't wait for this replay, man. I hope you guys are taking notes. I hope you guys are just listening to what David's putting down. I hope you guys are picking it back up because it's pretty awesome. So listen, we're just shy of an hour. So again, David, thank you very, very, very much. You dropped amazing bombs, amazing nuggets tonight. So congratulations on you're very close soon to be Emerald. And I know we'll be having a diamond conversation very, very soon, I'm sure. And we'll have you back on here and we can talk about more nuggets. But again, thank you so much.
For sure. My pleasure, Daniel. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate the nuggets that David dropped. If you guys think he did an awesome job, just throw some love down in the comments below. Let him know how much you guys appreciate all the value he dropped tonight. For those of you guys that haven't gotten started yet, you guys can go to NLS1D.com right now, NLS1D.com, and take a $1 trial. You can test out the entire system. So stay tuned tomorrow night on Wednesday for Richard and John at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll see you there. Other than that, guys, as always, we'll see you very soon, and we'll also see you on the leaderboard. Have a great night, guys. Bye.
See you guys.